story time with our friends. Today I am back with a new story which is Cinderella. So let's get started. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a widowed gentleman and his lovely daughter Ella. Ella was a beautiful girl. She had golden hair and her eyes were as blue as forget-me-nots. The gentleman was a kind and devoted father, and he gave Ella everything her heart desired. But he felt she needed a mother, so he married again, choosing for his wife a woman who had 2 daughters. Their names were Anastasia and Drizella. The gentleman soon died. Then the stepmother's true nature was revealed. She was only interested in her ugly, selfish daughters. The stepmother gave Ella a little room in the attic, old rags to wear, and all the housework to do. Soon everyone called her Cinderella because she got so covered with cinders from cleaning the fireplaces. But Cinderella had many friends. The old horse and Bruno, the dog, loved her. The mice loved her too. She protected them from her stepmother's nasty cat, Lucifer. 2 of her favorite mice were Gus and Jack. Cinderella was kind to everyone, even to Lucifer, but Lucifer only took advantage of her kindness. Lucifer liked to get Cinderella in trouble. One morning, he chased Gus onto Anastasia's breakfast tray. She screamed and blamed Cinderella. As punishment, the stepmother said to Cinderella, "You will wash the windows, scrub the terrace, and sweep the halls. And don't forget the laundry." In another part of the kingdom, the king was worrying about his son. "It's time the prince got married," he told the Grand Duke. "But sir," said the Grand Duke, "he must fall in love first." "No buts about it. We'll have a ball tonight. It will be very romantic. Send out the invitations." When the invitation arrived, Cinderella's stepmother announced, "Every girl in the kingdom is invited to a ball in honor of the prince." "Why, that means I can go too?" Cinderella said. "Well, yes," the stepmother replied with a sly smile, "but only if you get all your work done and only if you have something suitable to wear." Cinderella had hoped to fix her old party dress, but Anastasia and Drizella wanted her to help them instead. The stepmother kept her busy too. Cinderella worked hard all day long. When she finally came back to her little attic room, it was almost time to leave for the ball, and her dress wasn't ready. But the loyal mice had managed to find ribbons, sashes, ruffles, and bows. The mice had sewn them to her party dress, and it looked beautiful. The stepsisters shrieked when they saw Cinderella, Those are my ribbons. That's my sash. They tore her dress to shreds. Come along now, girls, said the stepmother. The wicked stepsisters and their mother left for the ball. Poor Cinderella ran out into the garden and wept. Lorraine went with her, feeling very sad for her friend. Suddenly, a strange glow appeared in the garden. It was Cinderella's fairy godmother. Waving her magic wand, she turned a pumpkin into a magnificent coach and the mice into 4 beautiful horses. Lauren watched with disbelief as Cinderella's rags turned into a shimmering gown, and on her feet appeared a pair of glass slippers that glittered like diamonds. When Cinderella arrived at the ball, the prince was yawning with boredom. Then he caught sight of her. Ignoring everything around him, the prince walked over to her. He kissed Cinderella's hand and asked her to dance. They swirled off across the ballroom. The prince never left Cinderella's side. They danced every dance together. As everyone watched them, the lights dimmed, and sweet music floated out into the summer night. And then Cinderella heard the clock begin to chime. "Oh no," she gasped. "It's midnight. I must go. Wait, come back," called the prince. Cinderella hurried down the palace steps. In her haste, she lost one of the glass slippers, but she had no time to pick it up. She leapt into the waiting coach. As soon as the coach went through the gates, the magic spell broke. Cinderella found herself standing by the side of the road, dressed in her old rags. On her foot, she still wore the other glass slipper. Her coachman was an old horse again, and her footman was Bruno the dog. Her coach was an old hollow pumpkin, and the horses were 4 of her mouse friends. They looked sadly at Cinderella. They all hurried home. They had to be back before the others returned from the ball. The next day, the stepmother told the girls that the Grand Duke was coming to see them. He's searching the kingdom for the young lady whose foot fits the slipper. Whoever she is, she will marry the prince. Cinderella smiled and hummed the very waltz that had been played at the ball. The stepmother became suspicious. She locked Cinderella in her room. Gus and Jack had a plan to help Cinderella. While Anastasia and Drizella tried to squeeze their big feet into the little glass slipper, the 2 mice sneaked into the stepmother's pocket. They got hold of the key, tucked it up the stairs, and unlocked the door. Cinderella rushed downstairs to try on the glass slipper. "Your Grace," she said, "may I try on the slipper?" The wicked stepmother fumed with anger. She tripped the page who was holding the glass slipper. It fell to the floor and broke into 1,000 pieces. "Don't worry," Cinderella said, reaching into her pocket. "I have the other one right here." She put on the slipper and it fitted perfectly. From that moment on, everything was a dream come true. Cinderella went off to the palace with the happy Grand Duke. The prince was overjoyed to see her, and so was the king. Cinderella and the prince were soon married. In her happiness, Cinderella didn't forget about her animal friends. They all moved into the castle. Everyone in the kingdom was delighted with the prince's new bride, and Cinderella and the prince lived happily ever after. That's all for today. I hope you have enjoyed the story. Soon enough, I'll meet you with a new story. Till then, take care, stay safe, and do subscribe to the channel. Check out the videos. Bye-bye!